There's one marketing asset that gets more valuable the longer you own it. Now, it's not your content, it's not your ads, not your email list. Yeah, they're all great, they all work, but they only work while you're working them. Now, this one keeps building on its own, and it is the reason some founders seem to have opportunities finding them while everyone else is out chasing. So let me walk you through it. I'm Blake DeVos, I'm from Impact Group Publishing. We help experts become published authors in 6 months so they can create more impact, income, and influence in their industry. And today I want to look at your marketing the way I guess an investor looks at a portfolio, because when you do, one thing in there behaves completely differently to everything else. So run a quick portfolio review with me. Take each marketing channel you're using and ask it one honest question. Does this keep working when I step away from it? Now, your content works, but it works while you're posting. Now, take a month off and the feed moves on without you. Now, it's not a flaw, it is just how the format is built. Your ads also work for exactly as long as the budget runs. Your email list is exactly the same, it does work while you keep showing up in the inbox. Now, they're all great channels, and if you're running a real business, you should probably be using several of them. But notice what they have in common. Every one of them has a running cost. They pay you in direct proportion to what you keep putting in. Now, the reality is most marketing is rented. So you're renting attention from the platforms, renting reach from ad networks, renting a place in the inbox, and rent is fine. Rent gets you customers, but rented things don't build equity. Now, what most founders are missing isn't a better channel to rent, it's the one thing in marketing that you can actually own. Now, ask a published book the same question. Does it keep working when you step away? Yes, it does. And that's the whole magic of it. The book keeps ranking for the searches your future clients are typing. It keeps sitting on shelves and in devices. It keeps getting found at midnight in like Switzerland. It keeps delivering hours of your best thinking to people you've never met. And you could take a proper holiday and come back to find it's been quietly introducing you to leads this entire time. And it holds that position for a lovely reason. In your specific niche, hardly anyone's written a book. A post competes with everything published today, but a book competes with almost nothing. And it's the least crowded piece of real estate in your entire market, which is exactly why it keeps its value year after year. But holding its value only makes a book durable. Now, the claim that I put in this video title is bigger, that it actually appreciates. So it gets more valuable over time. And there are 3 mechanisms doing that, all running at once. First, every reader becomes distribution. So books get lent to clients, they get recommended, they get gifted to teams, mentioned on podcasts. No other marketing format gets physically handed from one person to the next with a personal recommendation attached. So the asset grows its own reach, and each reader it wins tends to recruit the next one for free. The second one is the authority compound. So the day you publish author of attaches itself to your name. And from then on, it walks into every room ahead of you. Every introduction, every stage, every bio that you put in. 2 years later, that credential, it hasn't faded, it's accumulated. You've gone from a coach or consultant who wrote a book to the person who wrote the book on this topic. And the longer it's out there working, the more the market treats it as that fact. And third is the timing effect, which is my favorite one. Now, someone reads your book today and might not need you for another 18 months. But the book doesn't mind. It sits on their shelf and in their head doing its slow work. And when their problem finally becomes urgent, you're not one option, you're literally the only option, because the book has converted that reader years after publication day, which is something no campaign can do. Now, this is exactly how it runs in our own business. So my book, Published to Impact, goes out and works for me every single day, finding people, teaching them my thinking and starting conversations. So the honest part though here is because I'll be doing you a disservice if I let you walk away thinking any book does this automatically. It doesn't. A book written without a clear reader in mind on a topic too broad with no real offer behind it behaves like any other launch. The people who know you buy it, everyone's proud of it for like a fortnight, and then it goes quiet. It's not because the book doesn't work, it's because that the book wasn't built to work. So the appreciation of the book comes from how the book is constructed, and it's positioned to the specific reader your offer serves. And it's structured around that exact problem you help solve. And it's also connected to a business that can receive the demand it creates. And this is generally good news if you're an established operator, because you already have 3 ingredients: the proven offer, the defined client, and the method that gets the results. So the book then compounds because there's a real business underneath it for the value to flow flow into. And you're the exact person an asset like this was made for. Now, building it that way is the entire job that we do at Impact Group Publishing with our Write, Publish and Profit process that takes the expertise you've already proven with clients and then it turns it into exactly this kind of asset. Properly positioned, professionally published, and connected to your business in 6 months without you needing to become a writer to do it or go on a retreat to Thailand for 6 months. Now, if this has you looking at your marketing a little differently, the question worth answering is how ready are you to create the piece you'd actually own? And that's what the author readiness scorecard is for. So you spend 1 or 2 minutes and it shows you where you sit right now. So your positioning, your material, how ready your book is to be built. It's free, it's in the link in the description. Go and see what you score. And if you want to see exactly what this asset does once it's out there working, how a book actually turns readers into clients, then that video is on the screen now. And I'll see you on the next one.